Well, I figured I'd start this off on a whim, uh, because just planning it and planning it for forever, it would have never taken off. So I figure I just do this right now. Welcome to the first of many episodes, of the Smells Like Cologne podcast. If you don't already know, which you probably already do, because I pretty much am only sending these episodes to people that I know, with the hopes that they share it with others if they feel so inclined. My name is Eric Cologne, hence the name of the goddamn podcast. Anywho, this was actually spawned a long time ago. Took very different shapes and forms over the years. Some of you might know the Geek Asylum podcast. That was a while back. John and I did Midnight Interludes for a little bit. I think was on at least maybe one or two episodes of his Another Game podcast, which was awesome. This will be promoted on the BOON Syndication YouTube channel. That'll probably be the only place it'll actually be promoted. Otherwise, you will only probably be hearing these episodes straight from me, letting you know when. Eventually, I'll find a way. I'm still kind of toying with the idea of doing it live. I actually kind of wanted to. My original plan was to do this live for about an hour, late night, like 11, 12 o'clock on either like a Friday or a Saturday or whatnot. Only reason being, it leans more towards the inspiration for this endeavor, which was, and I want to get the year right, because if I don't, I'm going to be embarrassed when I listen to this, when I listen back. Let's see. If I could type right, there we go. This is been inspired to the 1990 Christian Slater flick, Pump Up the Volume. That's actually where the intro music for the podcast is inspired from. It's Leonard Cohen's Everybody Knows. If no one knew that, now you know. Yeah, it was a movie. He was a high school student. He had a CB radio, which he ended up, I guess, like retrofitting into an actual like radio. I don't know, like a radio setup in his parents' basement, and had his own kind of little late night hijack radio shock jock kind of deal, and it was caught on by accident by certain people in school who ended up because this was in the 90s, they were recording it on their boombox on those old little like tape decks or whatever, and shared it around school. And it's a great movie. I 100% recommend that to everybody if they kind of want to get some sort of context about what inspired what you're listening to right now. Initially it was going to be about one thing, then it was going to be about many things, and then I ended up thinking, the podcast has my name on it, why don't I just talk about whatever the hell I want? So that's what I'm going to do. I definitely would I also want to say that if you want to email me any comments or questions that you want read and answered on the podcast, you could send that to smellslikecolon@gmail.com. That's one word. And cologne spelt like, not like cologne that you it's a play on words. You know, the asshole cologne. There you go. That's the one you want to spell it. COLON. One word. Gmail. So yeah, whatever you want to ask or whatever you feel like you'd like me to touch upon, I'm willing to do pretty much anything just to keep things interesting. I'm curious to see what other people would like me to talk about, or curious to hear what my thoughts are on. So, forum is for you guys in case you wanted to know. So anywho, inspired by a 1990 movie, Pump Up the Volume. Took a lot of different forms. It's going to be about like video games and movies and all that stuff, which obviously if something interesting along those realms come up, I'm obviously going to talk about it, but I'd rather just talk about, whatever's going on right now or whatever's going on with my listeners. So, I'm going to start off with this because I thought this was fucking hysterical. I haven't had a Facebook or a Twitter for a really long time. I would say maybe going close to 10 years. I think, no, Has it been that long? I don't know. It's been a really, really, really long time. I would say at least over 5 years, definitely. Because it's stupid. It's absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, and when you see people like that literally can't go a day without something, it most likely has way too much power in your life. So, yeah, if you feel like you can't step away from it, then that's a big fucking issue. It's just social media. Like, you're not going to disappear. You're not going to vanish. The people who care will know where you are. The people who don't will move on. As sad as that is to say, you got people out there with like 1,500, 2,000 followers. You don't know that many people. That's some bullshit. And there's some people who abuse the shit out of that. Like, is feeling sad, is going out for a jog. I don't care. I don't know why I need to. I don't know why I need to know, or who would want to know that about me. You want to know my bowel movements? Ask me. I'm not gonna post that shit online. So there you go. Anywho, I digress. So we go. We're going back to. So of course, I just had to do it. I'm just like, let me just see what's going on outside of my little circle of influence. Let's see what's going on in the world. I'm pretty sure it was going to be a whole bunch of shitty stuff. And sure enough, I was right. Which is why I don't bother checking. Because why bother watching a show that you already know how it's going to play out? You know what I mean? The girl from The Office, not the first secretary, not Pam, the second one, Erin. Apparently she was a part of a pageant that was like run by like neo-Nazis or racists or something like that. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, who even looks this shit up? Like, who bothered to look up the follow-up character to a main character on a popular sitcom on TV to see what what possessed, like, I need to know how this started. Like, I need to know, like, was this someone at like TMZ and they were just like, all right, listen, kid, you want to make it? I need you to dig up dirt on those Office people. I need you to find out which one of these clowns is a racist or has some skeletons in their closet. Imagine being the person. You go to college, you study journalism. You're like, I'm going to make a difference in the world. It's going to be great. I'm going to go and I'm going to be embedded with these journalists overseas. I'm going to find truth. I'm going to bring it back to the American people. Then flash forward 15 years later, you're at a desk, combing over the tweets and pictures and newspaper articles of a secondary character on a sitcom show on NBC that has since run its course to find out what? I don't get it. First off, I don't think her at 17 years old knew what the fuck was going on. And, like, if I was 17 years old and, like, I don't know, I was at, like, a boxcar derby or whatever, am I going to go up to the person who's signing up people? I'm going to be like, so, what's your stances on global warming and political? I'm 17 fucking years old. I'm not going to ask that shit. I have no idea. I don't even care. And I'm pretty sure she didn't care either. I mean, hey, looking back, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to tell her? What are you going to tell her? Was she out there? Was she, like, I don't know, like on the pageant, was she saying, I don't get it. I don't get it. I feel bad for her. I really do. I really do. I looked back and I actually, way back in the day, one of my favorite bands was Jars of Clay. I love them enough that I even got one of their logos tattooed on me. So I enjoyed them a lot. They haven't written a new album in a really long time. Last time I saw them was their 20th anniversary show in the city. I got to meet them. It was phenomenal. They're great guys. But I guess I mean, you're entitled to your own opinion, whatever. If I agree with it or disagree with it, that's obviously my prerogative. But the lead singer of Jars of Clay put out this, had to been like 4 or 5 tweets long about him leaving Twitter. Like, who cares? Like, he's talking about how it feels like it's a little bit of a funeral and you're all here for the memorial. Bro, it's an app that you use. That's it. It's no big deal. Like, you're the head of a not-for-profit. Do you communicate with everyone via Twitter? What'd you do before? You called them, you texted them, you emailed them. Big freaking deal. He's a Grammy winning songwriter and musician. What's the big deal? It's not a big deal. You could just leave. It doesn't need a long drawn out whatever. When I left Twitter, I left. No pomp and circumstance, the end. I just deleted the account. Strangely enough, when I deleted my Facebook, like, I don't know, a couple of years later, I get a notification that my account's been reactivated. When first off, when they tell you it's been when you deactivate it, they say that they hold on to the information for, I don't know, like a couple of months in case you change your mind, because they really want you to come back. They really fucking want you to come back. So you save this, like you think, okay, yeah, they're going to get rid of it in 3 months. Wrong, fuckers. Wrong. My Facebook account ended up coming back under my dead grandmother's face and some random lady's name. What the hell is going on? First off, how is that information still on Facebook's servers to begin with when they only said they were holding on to it for, I don't know. It had to have been like 14 days. I don't think it was an egregious amount of time. I think that 3 months is ridiculous. It's probably like that now because they know they got you on the hook. But it was like it had been 2 weeks. We're talking about years later. And I get a notification of this. And a bunch of my other friends got notifications that my account was reactivated also. So what the fuck is going on? I wouldn't be giving them all that information, period. Unbelievable. It's a festering, stinking wasteland. That is a direct quote from Lord of the Rings. How they describe Mordor. You want to know what Mordor is? Mordor's a place of death. That's what I'm saying social media is. It's fucking Mordor. It's a stinking, festering wasteland. You want to know what was in that wasteland? You guys want to know what was in that wasteland? Dead bodies. There were dead bodies in that wasteland from old wars. That's exactly what this is. You're literally just people just going online and digging up dead bodies. You want to know what's one of the things that makes forgiveness easy? Is that the human mind after a while kind of just either like forgets about it or comes to or learns to live with it. You know, you're not necessarily faced with whatever sort of transgressions you did in the past, like constantly. But now if you put a record of it online, like you could 100% be faced with that indiscretion from the past repeatedly, forever. And then other people experience it too, and then that wound's fresh for them. So it may be something that you have gone and moved past or whatever, but someone could rip that wound wide fucking open. Just delete it. Just get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. I promise you, you're not going to disappear. You're not going to vanish. People will still know who you are. If you have 2,000 friends, what the fuck is wrong with you? Who has 2,000 friends and isn't a gram and who isn't like selling out, like Madison Square Garden? Are you insane? Why do you need 2,000 friends? Unbelievable. Unless you're trying to sell out, unless you're like self-promoting a business, like what the hell? That's insane. No one knows 1,000 people. There are people who will hang on to 1,000 people, but you don't know 1,000 people. You hang on to 1,000 people, definitely. I gotta know what Susie's doing. Because sometimes when my life is shitty, I just like to know that she still microwaves her dinner. Bitch, I still microwave my dinner. All right? And I love it. It tastes phenomenal. Forget about it. Enough. Enough. Masks are finally, people are like slowly not wearing them, which is great. A return to normalcy. I'm excited about this. I really want to go back to the way things were. Why? The second this started, it was it began the inevitable road to it ending. So eventually, the point of all of this, the point of everything that they did, quarantines and all that bullshit, was so that we could return to normalcy. But, is it really going to be normal anymore? There's always that fear, And the worst thing is that you create an environment online of all this bullshit about people calling each other out for all their bullshit and morality police and second guessing what people saying and people unconscious this and whatever, but now you add that kind of mentality onto like, are you a public safety hazard? Did you put on your mask? Did you get vaccinated? Are you taking proper steps? Now everyone's got to now everyone feels like they got to say in how you live now. It's unreal. Me, I don't have any problem. I never run into any problems. Why? Where I work, they asked me to wear a mask. I put on a mask, no problem. It's not like I got a Hannibal Lecter mask on where I can't talk. It's not like they strapped a 10-pound weight to my face where it's so heavy and it's uncomfortable. Yeah, sure. Sometimes on like a hot day with like a beard. Yeah, it bothers me. But not enough that it ruins my life. Now I'm more of a homebody. I go work, I go home. So when I go home, I don't have my mask on. So I have a nice little balance of yes and no. Am I going to go to the movies soon? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to go see Quiet Place 2. I even want to see Fast 9 and see how John Cena does shit. They're going to go to space, fuckers. They're going to space. Fast 9 started with them stealing DVDs. I mean, the whole Fast and Furious thing, they were stealing DVDs. DVDs. Now Dominic Toretto's got connections in Germany. Motherfucker was robbing 18-wheelers. If he had that kind of like resources, what the fuck was he doing going into and stealing DVD players, right? They all got new traits. All of them. From movie 5. No, wait, hold on. When was Ludacris introduced? Fast and the Furious 2. Yeah, Too Fast, Too Furious. He went from a guy with a fro running street races. Now he's a master hacker because I had a life before this, Brian. He's a master hacker. And he somehow got like a black belt in jiu-jitsu now that he can fight anything. Because he was getting his motherfucking ass whooped in Fast 6. All right? Whooped. Now he's just destroying everybody. Freaking Tyrese, he was just a loudmouth joker who could drive. Now you watch, and yes, I have seen Fast 9. I won't tell you how or why, but I did. You want to know? You ask me. You ask me. But I saw Fast 9, and spoiler alert, Tyrese is killing everybody. Everybody. What the fuck? How did this happen? How did this happen? I don't understand. But hey, they jumped the shark when they were jumping a supercar through 2 skyscrapers. I mean, like, enough. So I watch it purely for the popcorn value. This is like Michael Bay level shit, you know? I don't even know where I was going with this. Fuck. Unbelievable. Oh, yeah, going back to the movies because of masks and all that shit, yeah. If they ask me to wear the mask in the theater, I'll wear it. No big deal. No big deal. I sit in the back row anyways. Who needs to see my mouth? I don't care. I'm watching the movie. I don't care. Now, when the theaters first opened up, when Tenet came out, I went and saw Tenet. And I wore my mask the whole time, and that didn't bother me one iota. It was no big deal. It was pretty empty, though. And when you buy tickets, when you buy them online in advance, if you go to a theater that reserves tickets, it spaces out the 2 seats, like to the left and to the right of you, so your social distance. I don't know how that is now, being that most places are full capacity, but excuse me. But yeah, no big deal. No big deal. But you talk to some people, it's like you're pulling teeth. What's the big deal? Just wear it. Vaccination is another story. You want to do it, you don't want to do it, that's your prerogative. You know? If you want to be if you're not going to do it, then just be responsible enough that you don't pose the risk to other people. Easy. Me, I don't pose the risk to anybody. I get tested all the time and I put my mask on where I need to, no big deal. Some people, it's just like a pain in the asshole. Right? And then then you have other people like, excuse me, you have to put that over your nose. I mean, granted, yeah, I don't have I never have a problem with it. No one's ever told me that because I fucking know how to wear a goddamn mask. It's the easiest goddamn thing in the world. But it's like everybody's got to say now. So annoying. So annoying. It makes me just want to go to work and go home. Because I've had enough with like the general public after 40 hours a week. Like, after a while, it's just like, shit, man, wherever I go, there they're going to be. It's just customers that I don't have to help. It's just a bunch of people that I would sell shit to on any given day. But in that particular time, in that particular location, I'm not obligated to. Unbelievable. I'm hoping by the end of the summer, we're done. The only thing that does bother me, though, I think it's that's kind of bummed out. I did hear like some places were charging people like exorbitant amounts of money for entrance if you didn't get vaccinated. Like, I think like I don't know if I read this because I swear to God, I try to stay out of this bullshit. But I think I read an article online that said I think like a punk rock band in Florida was charging like an egregious amount of money for those who like weren't vaccinated, and like, I don't know, $20 for those who were. That's some fucking bullshit. That I think is extortion. You know? Come on. Don't twist my arm. You say it's a choice, don't twist my arm. I'll do it when I want to. Right now, I'm waiting. Just want to see how everything goes. Just want to make sure everyone who's gotten theirs is OBKB. You know? Call me paranoid, but you know, something like, you know, something that killed millions of people worldwide. And they were able to, we haven't even gotten Half-Life 2, and they figured out a vaccine for this shit. All right? That's suspect. Okay? You know, I still haven't gotten to Kung Pao 2. There's no trilogy for Boondock Saints. All this stuff could have been done. in that same amount of time. I'm worried. I'm worried. I'm going to get a dog, and I'm going to be like Will Smith. I'm going to be the last man alive on this island. And that's it. But I'm not going to listen to Bob Marley, though. I don't mind Bob Marley. I like Bob Marley. But that's not going to be the song I'm going out to. I haven't figured it out yet. But I'll let you know. Who knows? Maybe it'll just be the Lord of the Rings soundtrack. Fuck it. That'll be it. He watched Shrek. I would probably... First off, he only had Shrek. The only movie that was what no. He went to the video store and was always renting out shit. Shrek was his favorite. All right. Yeah. You know what sucks? There would be no video store for me. I know. There would be. I'd go to Best Buy. I would go to Best Buy and loot it. Yeah. Take all their movies and shit. 100%. 100%. But yeah. But this would be a good summer, honestly. It should be a good summer. Things are opening up. Bunch of people that I know are going on vacations. They're all feeling good, feeling safe, feeling comfortable. I like that. I like that. We should be going out and enjoying what life has to offer. All right, life's too short. A lot of great things out there. A lot of great things. Don't let the internet fool you and they tell you it's all shit. But it's because it's not. Shit just brings the clicks. It brings the views. You know? It's like digital rubbernecking. You know what I mean? We're in the highway. You see everyone, traffic slow down. Everyone loves to see a car accident. I don't know what it is. It's a morbid curiosity. I think it's the closest we get to our own mortality, seeing a car wreck, you know? People are curious. You see that and you wonder. Same thing with all this shit. You get close to just this. With the internet, you're not just viewing a scandal. You could participate in it. You could be a voice right on that thread, right in there. Why? You know? I think sometimes it's an outlet for people who don't feel like they have a voice or could speak up in real life. But you can. You can. You know what it takes? It takes bravery. It takes bravery. You know? I think when you need that, you need that fear sometimes when it comes to defending what you believe in, because I think it keeps you honest. I think it's a good lie detector, fear, when it comes to talking about what you believe in, because then if you're full of shit, people are going to know. It's going to bleed out. It's going to come out in your body language, in the way that you talk, in the way that you explain your position. People will know whether or not you regurgitated it from something or not. You know? Just be real. Living a lie is exhausting. Who wants to do that? Who wants to try and balance those plates? You know? Not me. No way. Sometimes life is too stressful to carry a lie. But, nobody's perfect, right? Oh, man. But I really do hope this summer is really good, honestly. I want to go to the beach. Even though I'm not necessarily a beach person, I'm getting there. I'm getting there, people. I'm getting there. Sometimes the thought of me sitting and having space cook me for enjoyment, it doesn't really strike I gotta go, But now, I'll go in the water. I could swim or whatever, but it's just I'll go in the water. That's pretty cool. Hang out with good people, listen to good music, smoke some good weed, drink some good booze. It's not bad. I'm getting there. I am getting there. This year I'm being proactive. I'm definitely going to go more than once. And I'm going to enjoy myself. And I'm going to go to the movies, maybe go to some Met games. That's what I encourage all of you to do. It's been a long fucking few years, homies. A long fucking few years. And the last thing that I feel like any of us should be doing is just sitting waiting. You know what I mean? Let's go out and do something. I just turned 35 a couple weeks ago. And, put things in perspective, man. It was a good birthday. It was a time of celebration. I got to spend it with a lot of people that I care very deeply about, and we had a really good time. And, you know, there was a moment there where I kind of just like stepped away and looked at everyone kind of conversing with one another and, you know, just kind of took it all in. It wasn't really like yeah, pretty much. It was pretty much of like a pat on the back moment. You know what I mean? Like I felt like something had been accomplished. I felt like it was the beginning of something really, really good. I feel like it was the beginning of something I've been, I don't know, aspiring for. I really just can't put into words what it is, but it just felt really good. And everyone there was part of that story. Everyone there has a chapter in that story, you know? And I would definitely recommend that to all of you. One day, have that moment where you step back and take stock. See who was a good chapter in your story. You know what I mean? Who helped in your character development. If we were breaking this down as like a movie. You know? Who was there along the way to kind of get you to where you are now? Who helped make the good parts of yourself great and the bad parts of yourself not as bad anymore? You got to. You got to. None of us could do this alone. None of us. It's too long of a journey to do alone. Frodo couldn't do it alone. Lord of the Rings. If you catch on, there's a theme. I like the fucking movies. So I'm going to use analogies a lot for Lord of the Rings. But Frodo, he couldn't do it alone. He had Sam. Sam was with him every step of the way. No freaking way he could have done that alone. No way. No way. Now, there are, I guess, two groups of people, I guess you would count in this movie. You would say that there was like that one person who was by your side, ride or die, in the trenches. That's Samwise Gamgee right there. That's the person who's like with you like every step of the way. Like when you wake up and you're still dealing with the same thing from last night. The person who you were talking to about it last night, you're there to talk to about it right there in the morning. That's the Samwise Gamgee I'm talking about. That's that person who's like, all right, let's go. What's going on? Let's roll up our sleeves and let's deal with this. Those people, hold them close. Super important. Can't do it alone. Everyone needs a Samwise. The next group of people. Now, I don't want anyone to think that Aragorn and Legolas and Ghibli, like those guys were just, those guys were just guys. They were still doing their part. They were still helping them out. They were still working towards a common goal. They might have not have been there, but they offered the support that they needed to offer in the ways that they could. Now, there are some people who they are going to support you in just the ways that they can, and that's fine. That's fine. Everyone plays a different role, Not every person can be everything. Some people can only be certain things. We need to be realistic about the expectations that we put on those, especially if we put on those closest to us, especially if they're closest to us and we're going through some stuff. It also takes a certain amount of personal responsibility. That when you don't want to do something, you got to do it. Sometimes it's just breaking old habits and creating new ones, positive ones. And it's tough. It's tough. If it was easy to create new habits, everyone, gyms would go out of business because people would be working out for themselves already. That's how it would be like. But yeah, got to keep those people close. Because for me personally, I couldn't have done it without them. This right here, you listening to me talking about this right now, couldn't have happened without those people present that night. And several others who couldn't make it. Those are the kind of people you want to keep close. Definitely. If it's your family, awesome. If it's your friends, awesome. If it's both, God bless you. That's fantastic. Go for it. Go for it, honestly. Take a moment, pat yourself on the back. All right? Sometimes it's not, I know this sounds cliche because everyone says it, but honestly, it isn't just about the destination. The destination is something that comes about because of the journey. The destination is literally built from the building blocks of what you have put along the way. You know what I mean? It's not something that's already built that you're getting to. It's literally something that you build along the way, which means every step of the way is important. Because when you're building buildings and stuff like that, you can't just skip over certain parts. That building's going to fall apart. It's important to have that you take responsibility and care with each piece you're putting into place. You know? I'm telling you. It's going to be a good year, people. I'm excited to take this journey with you. The way in which you're going to be hearing me obviously is going to evolve over the course of time. I will continue to keep these uploaded on iTunes for free for download. Like I said, I would really enjoy being able to do something live. Just because I just like that feel of knowing that people are listening to me live. No edits, no cutbacks. Obviously, this will be pre-taped, but I honestly am not editing anything out. I think this is perfect as it is. But yeah, it's going to come in different forms, but I'm going to try and make it as accessible to you all as possible. If I end up going live, I will let you know what the schedule is. I will try to adhere to that schedule, being that, like I said, nothing will be promoted, so it's not like you could check like a Facebook or a Twitter and see when the next episode is. I'm just going to try and keep to that schedule. But if you end up missing the live shows, the archive will be on iTunes. And I don't know where else I may put it, but it seems like that's just the easiest and most accessible way. I think I might put maybe on Spotify as well for those Android users. But yeah, thank you. First episode in the can. And I hope it's the beginning of many more. And I hope you enjoyed listening. And yeah. Cool. I still haven't gotten the outro out. I mean the ending out. So I'm just gonna say toodaloo, motherfuckers.